Hey guys, it's Carly. How's it going? I am home, as you can tell, for Christmas break. I actually am packing right now, and that's kind of why my room is a little messy, but we're just going to use it as a backdrop. It's cool. I'm leaving tomorrow to go back to school, so I'm super excited about that. I'm actually up and running and living again because on the 27th of December, I had a tonsillectomy. Basically, this video will be talking about my tonsillectomy before, during, and after. So yeah, you can just hear how my experience went, and also if you have any questions or comments. I know before getting a tonsillectomy, I looked up a lot of YouTube videos about like the procedure and what to do after and whatever. So if you have any questions like that, I will answer as many as I can. I'm sure there's not going to be that many, but if you have a question, I will definitely answer it. So my tonsillectomy was on December 27th, and before surgery, the night before, I wasn't allowed to eat or drink anything past midnight, just because I don't really know why, to be honest. My mom knew why. I asked her. She's like a nurse and stuff, but whatever, it doesn't matter, I'm alive. The reason I was getting my tonsils, I decided to get my tonsils out, this past summer I had tonsillitis, and really any health issue I ever had could always be traced back to my tonsils. I would always get really bad strep throat, or you know, like anytime I would get sick, I would always have a super sore throat. So finally I was just like, after the summer, after I had tonsillitis, I was like, I should probably make an executive decision to get these guys out. So that's what I decided to do, and I scheduled it in the summer. You have to really schedule in advance, and you have to do 2 visits with a PA before you can actually get them out. So I went into the clinic at about, I don't know, 10:30 was my check-in time, I think, and the surgery itself only takes 15 minutes, sometimes 20 if they look at your adenoids or see if your adenoids are, you know, enlarged or whatever. But since I am older, as you get older, I'm 19, so as you get older, your adenoids shrink and shrivel up and go away. So when I had my tonsils out, it was just tonsils, no adenoids. Back to the clinic, when I got there, I checked in, hung out for about, I don't know, 30 minutes. They called me back, and I went to my little surgery suite in my own room, and the nurses came in and asked me, multiple nurses asked me, Carly, do you know why you're here today? Before they started any IV or anything. I'm like, yes, I'm getting my tonsils out. I think they just wanted to make sure that, you know, I wasn't setting myself up for a heart transplant. I don't really know why they asked you that, probably just to make sure that you are mentally stable to have the surgery. But the nurses started an IV of sedative on me, and she told me before, she's like, it's gonna feel like you've had a few umbrella drinks. And I was kind of like, yeah, and my mom's like sitting there like, I want to watch, because my mom's a nurse, and so she wanted to see me start undergoing the anesthesia, and I kind of was just like, whoa, like right away you could really feel it. And then once they like wheeled me out of the room to go into surgery, and I just remember vaguely getting on the surgery table and then just passing out. So, and then when I woke up, I was back in my suite, and they want you to eat or drink something like less than an hour after you get surgery. So I had a grape popsicle. Didn't really go, I mean, I didn't eat the whole thing. I had like 2 bites, and I was like, ugh. When I was getting ready to leave, I felt kind of nauseous. I didn't really feel good, I guess. I was getting sick from the anesthesia, which they said is pretty normal. So I didn't throw up, but I felt like I was going to. So then we got in the car, and on the way home, I slept the entire ride home. And when we got to my house, then I threw up, because I was like, screw you, anesthesia. And yeah, so that made me sick. Recovering from a tonsillectomy, it sucks. It's some of the worst pain I've ever went through. It hurts to breathe, to be honest. That's really all I can say. If you're like, I'm pretty good with pain, it won't hurt me. Well, it hurts. It's like the worst sore throat you've ever had. One of the main things I had is I had pain up around my ears, but he said that was normal, just because everything's connected, and since I was undergoing so much swelling in my throat and so much pain in my throat, it triggered in my ear, so I got really bad earaches, and you know, I just felt like shit, to be honest. The medicine I was on was a liquid hydrocodone, which tasted like death, and I will never drink it again or go near it because it's just awful. And then I had an antibiotic, and the antibiotic really upset my stomach. I threw it up, so I stopped taking it, but the doctor said that was okay because it wasn't necessary. It just prevented an infection, but it's not really like, they don't, like, you know, it's not set in stone that you have to take it every day, so I didn't. And the hydrocodone, if you take it and you have an empty stomach, it doesn't necessarily upset it, but it just doesn't feel right, if you know what I don't really know how to explain it, but it really sucked, and all I wanted was medicine, just because even with medicine I was still in pain, if that says anything about the pain level, the gauge. At night, obviously with any illness, I think like if you have a sore throat, it gets worse at night and it's worse in the mornings. As we're out throughout the day, you're decent. Night was really hard for me. I slept for 4 straight days, but once I got past that 4-day mark, it was really hard for me, you know, to fall asleep. But once I fell asleep, I was out. Like, I didn't wake back up with a sore throat and couldn't sleep. I was out. And the hydrocodone will do that too. It will make you really sleepy. It's so important to eat when you undergo a tonsillectomy. After you undergo a tonsillectomy, it's really important that you eat so you can start getting better. And honestly, eating it's probably the #1 recommendation I would give to you if you're about to undergo a tonsillectomy. After, you're not gonna feel like eating. You don't want to eat. It hurts to swallow. Nothing works. Like, you're just not hungry, and you do lose a ton of weight. I lost 8 pounds from my tonsillectomy. The main foods that I found worked perfectly for me were applesauce, and I'm not a big sweets person. I didn't like pudding at all. I didn't like anything because a lot of it tasted kind of like my hydrocodone, and I just didn't want anything that tasted like it because it was awful. But applesauce was really big for me, and then once I could, about day 4 or 5, those mixed fruit cups, those were really good. It kind of felt like I was eating real food, but you can't really eat real food until you're healed fully. But yeah, so basically applesauce and fruit were the main things I liked to eat. If you stay hydrated and if you keep food in your stomach, you're okay. But one night I was up till 2 in the morning throwing up, because when you get a tonsillectomy, your mucus and your like nasal glands, they overproduce to try and coat the pain, to try and coat your throat, because they obviously know something's wrong. So you have a lot of mucus buildup, and that kind of just, it sounds gross, but it just drains, and goes to your stomach. So if you have an empty stomach and you have all this mucus in your stomach, it just really upsets it. So I would throw up a lot, and it just wasn't fun, and especially you're throwing up on your raw throat, and I was up till 2 one night throwing up blood and puke, and if that's TMI, you know what, I'm sorry, but you might go through it too, so I need you to know. If you have any questions about whether you think you should get your tonsils out, or why, I don't know, just what foods you should eat, anything about the medicine, anything about the procedure, before, after, during, I would be happy to answer, like I said before. Feel free to leave me a question in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. I would definitely do it again. As of now, I already feel a million times better. So yeah, that was my tonsillectomy experience. No regrets as of now, so really happy I did it. Also, I'd like to wish you guys a very happy 2014, because this is my first video uploaded in 2014. In short, happy 2014, no more tonsils. Thanks for watching this video, and keep your eyes peeled for more videos soon. See ya!